for a berth in Super Bowl 53. Away we go. The 2019 AFC Championship game is underway. This is fielded at the goal line. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And he'll make it across the 20. As his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger-happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And got his man complete. He got 29 yards that time.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he's brought down. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And past the 30 down to about the 27. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They run with a fullback now. This is Dan Vitale, and he'll get this one down to about the 27. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Mayfield on first down. Jackson with a grab over the middle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, how you guys didn't come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Mayfield now on second down. Eluding the pressure right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's third down. They pitch it out to Johnson. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A first down throw here for Rivers. He finds an opening past the 40. Wide open. It's Allen, complete. And he'll take this all the way up to the 38-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Hey, Rocket.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Zero. Set. Hey, go orange 5-4.
Everyone's got 4 down.
Ready. Q.
Now a second down throw for Rivers. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. But a Chargers player was able to fall on it, and they'll keep possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Flush to his right. Gates has it over the middle. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter whether they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Out to the flat for Hyde. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Here's Johnson. And some room to work. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That good for 19 and a first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Detroit!
From the red zone now, Mayfield. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on second down, they hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know in today's NFL, most of the time on second and long when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass him with a running play.
Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 22. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? I think you're exactly right. It takes a fortitude to call that type of a play, but when it doesn't work, oh, boy, you wish you hadn't.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
From the gun, Mayfield. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Joey Bosa. In there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. 3rd and long for Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try to move the football.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Benjamin with it over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker.
Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Load it. Load it. Hey, 79. 79. Keep it skinny.
Play fake. Rivers. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on, you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
Hey, Delta!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Rivers from the gun on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Caleb Sturgis now for the Charger field goal. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them special.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he's brought down after a good gain. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Leopard! All right, now, look at 56.
First down, Mayfield. Buying time to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, Mayfield. On the catch, it's Duke Johnson. Johnson jostles free. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And down inside the 15 he goes. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw to the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
On third down, Mayfield. He can run for it, and he will. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. As the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, go orange. Orange.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And now the Browns are going to take another timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
A first down throw for Mayfield. To the right side and complete to Njoku. And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Final play of the half, Mayfield. And the ball is knocked out. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, one more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Dancing to his left. And he's now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. First down, a run with Hyde. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 2nd down, Hyde. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Tally that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down. Johnson, and he stopped immediately there. On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And he rifles one incomplete. Duke Johnson, the one he was looking for. 3rd down here. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's got his tight end in Njoku. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Duke Johnson, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Browns add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chargers getting set to go. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So we're getting symptomatic.
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Rivers. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. On 1st and 10, Rivers. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Rivers. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Play action now. Rivers. His throw incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. 3rd and goal for Rivers. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Larry Ogunjobi able to track him down for a loss of 13, and it'll bring up 4th down. And Sturgis able to knock it through, and the lead is down to 10 now at 16-6. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Mayfield now on 2nd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Here's Rivers over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. Second catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Rivers on first down. And his throw is incomplete. The tight end Gates, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he's brought down. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
It's really come into vogue to talk about the different gaps that the defense tries to attack in an offensive line. And most of the time we're talking about blitzes. How many times have you heard double A-gap blitz? Well, where is the A-gap? It's the space between the center and the guards, either side. So when you're having a double A-gap blitz, that's 2 guys coming through that gap. In this situation, though, that A-gap wasn't open for the defense to exploit. The offensive line took care of it, protected it, and moved the defensive guys out of the way to allow for that nice run.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Rivers over the middle, and it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. On third down, Rivers. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Browns getting set to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Right back to him on first down. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56.
Second down, Mayfield. Being chased out left. Now he'll throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Myles Garrett, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing Rivers. He sets to fire deep. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Throwing, Mayfield. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
From the gun, Mayfield. Forced out to his left. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 39. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. And the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. They convert on third with a gain of 22.
Check, Patriot!
Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Again, it's Johnson. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He lost 4 there, and it's third down. Time for a break. Back to wrap up the AFC Championship game after this. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Mayfield now. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Give them 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down. Back to throw. Caught left side, Williams. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. He's back to throw. This is Gordon on the dump off. They'll give him 8 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Trying to power it ahead with Watt. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. Back to throw. Incomplete. Derek Kindred there to get a hand on that one. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
He'll look to throw. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. They'll look to throw. And Allen's got it. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
Here we go.
Now Rivers. Caught by Gates, left side. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Rivers to throw. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. So getting the big touchdown they needed late in the fourth. Now what do? You conservative and just tie it up?
No, I think you put your practice into game situation. Go as fast as possible. You already have your play call ready to go. Go for 2 and decide it right now.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
All right, now look at 56.
Here's Mayfield. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
Leopard!
Mayfield. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Overtime in a playoff game. Awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only 1 period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
Mayfield on first down. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. third down, Mayfield. And he's got his tight end in Njoku. A good pickup there, a 22. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Well, partner, recent conference championship games that have been needed to decide who goes to the Super Bowl, what do you got?
Well, if we go back to 2015, how about Green Bay at Seattle? And it looks like Green Bay's got this thing. Russell Wilson to Jermaine Kearse. That gets it done. And then go back to 2010. We think...
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaleel Ladau. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver. Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. You know, Charles, just thinking about it, plenty of recent conference championship games have needed OT to decide who goes to the Super Bowl.
And we can go back a little ways, can't we? Go back 2012. Giants in San Francisco. That was an overtime game. The Giants ended up going on to the Super Bowl. How about the one where the Giants went to Green Bay, Lambeau, and beat the magic of that stadium in that freezing, bitterly cold game and got it done there?
Yeah, it was 2008. It was absolutely freezing, and they went on to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl that year. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Rivers going to give to Gordon on the draw. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Now Gordon on 1st down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination line.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown!
We're going to win it.
And let the celebration begin. In an overtime thriller, they're off to the Super Bowl. Charles, let's focus for a second on the losing side. In a couple months, guarantee their